Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 30th. We're just going to jump right in here, Capricorn. In your first row here, you have this Poise card and this Chop Wood card. Love it. I love this Poise card. I'll show you in a minute. But it's basically a lady on a pedestal. And so I feel like you are, but it kind of says you're getting ready to be lifted up by the universe. So for a lot of you, this to me could be like a symbol of success coming in for you. You could be finding success in whatever you've been working very hard on. You have that Chop Wood card. So you could finally be seeing some results. I look at the Six of Pentacles as sometimes representing something that has become more worth it, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's like sometimes you work on a business, for example, and it doesn't make money for a long time. And then eventually things kind of catch up and it does start to make money. And that is like the Six of Pentacles, if that makes sense, where it's kind of like that point where there starts to be like a little bit of a turnaround in whatever you're doing. But this could be anything that you are investing your energy into. So, you know, whatever you are working on in life, you know, it doesn't have to be work, could be anything. It looks to me like there's more balance, more fairness. And that's like more of the feeling that I'm getting off of that Six of Pentacles, which is pretty much like a little bit different than what I normally get. So, you know, it's like a little bit different, but I do feel that this is like a very good thing. It's like things are much more worth it than they normally are, which is great. You have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hangman here. I'm going to show you this first. Again, she is like poised and ready for success. It's like there's about to be, you know, a big breakthrough or a lot of success coming in for you is kind of what I'm getting off of this Poised card, of course. And then you have this Chop Wood card, which says you've been working hard towards something for a long time. It could be something where there's like a lot of competition. So again, with the Five of Wands, if you're working on something like a business where there's a lot of competition, or maybe you just want love and, you know, there could be a lot of competition. The Ace of Cups would kind of represent you getting something that is very fulfilling, or you getting something that you've been hoping for. You even have the Knight of Cups right next to it. You know, the Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor, but the Knight of Cups could also just be kind of like a very solid connection or, you know, like person that's coming in for you more or less. So like that, you know, that's kind of like what I'm getting there. I'm not really getting anything else there. You have the Six of Pentacles. Like I said, I was kind of getting something weirder on the Six of Pentacles, which is that something is becoming more worth it, which I don't normally, you know, normally I would say, you know, talk about equal give and take with this, which I do think that's part of it, but I feel it's more talking about fairness and something. It's almost like the universe is being more fair with you, or maybe that's what you feel. You know, like when you work on something, you're actually seeing a result instead of not seeing a result. When you put energy into a project, you're actually, you know, kind of seeing that it's going somewhere. You're not seeing that it's going somewhere. So I just get like that fairness energy here. As always with you, Capricorn, I would definitely be focusing on, if I were you, and I basically am, I would be focusing on planting seeds in new directions, which just basically means trying new things in your life. If something works, do more of it. If something doesn't work, get rid of it. I've been running, you know, experiments for myself, like constantly. By experiments, I mean, I just try like one new thing a day in my life. Health, wealth, happiness, all like the big 3-4 areas, relationships as well. You know, I kind of like pick one new thing every single day and I just see how it goes. It's just that simple. So I feel for a lot of you that doing that would be incredibly beneficial, especially for Capricorn. You know, I talk about this all the time, Saturn in Capricorn in 2016, and I don't care that it's not in Capricorn anymore. I don't care that it's going to be like 26 years before it comes back to Capricorn, right? When it comes back, Saturn and Capricorn's be like, did you actually like do what I said you should do, or did you do nothing, right? And so if you did nothing, you're going to get spanked in 26 years. If you do something with the energy, then you are going to be rewarded handsomely, and probably much sooner than 26 years. Probably right now. I don't know. It's like with half the experiments I do, it's like I see rewards right away. So, you know, that's what I would say here. Just like do it. It's free. It doesn't cost money. You don't have to be a genius. You have the Hangman. The Hangman, it says that things have been delayed. That's what I'm getting for you. Is that things have been delayed for you for a very long period of time, and now things are catching up. So I feel like you're finally kind of like moving forward here, or you're at least seeing progress on the things that you've been working on. We are also in a time where I think it's super beneficial to look at things from a different perspective. It's like, can you see the other way of doing things in whatever you're working on? Work, business, career, money, spiritually. You know, I would just see if there are, you know, just look at the other ways that there are to do things just from a learning perspective, right? That's it. With the Five of Wands and the Ace of Cups, you have the Hierophant. Definitely could be love. You showed up in Taurus's reading, by the way, and you have the Hierophant twice. So if you want love, could be a love connection coming in for you. I also feel like you are just kind of, getting to the next level. The Hierophant has 3 levels to his crown here, and the 3 levels they represent the 3 stages of initiation, which are initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So you could be kind of taking something to the next level. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the 4 Cups. I like this 4 Cups from the White Sage Tarot. Those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. So it kind of says that you could be entering into a situation that's much more fulfilling in your life. And, that's what I feel. You have the Ace of Cups there, and the Ace of Cups definitely says that you are entering into a situation that's more fulfilling. With the Hangman, you have the 3 of Swords. It does seem like everybody could be healing some sort of heartbreak, even if it's a very past heartbreak. I think a lot of people... it just seems to me like it's a healing time. We just had that eclipse in Libra, for example, so we could be balancing out, but we could also be seeing things that we need to cut out, and part of that could be like, maybe you have some epiphanies about a past connection where you realize like what went wrong, or the things that need to be cut out, or, the mistakes that were made or whatever. So that could be what you're healing here. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this poverty card and this message card. I would be very careful if you have a past person coming in asking for money. I do feel that you could have a past person that you haven't heard from for like a year at least, kind of like popping up and asking for money or something like that. I feel like this person is, if this story is for you, I feel like this person has taken advantage of your kind heart before. So I don't think this is you being in poverty. I feel like that actually money looks really good for you, but what I would say here is I feel like someone is in poverty, and, I would be very careful of that. They could also, this might not be financially, they could just be poor of spirit. They could be poor in their, the way that they treat people and things like that. So, I would kind of be careful of that energy coming back into your life. You have the Knight of Cups, and, this is why I say that. Knight of Cups, 7 of Cups to the 4 Cups. Again, Knight of Cups to the Judgment card. Judgment is one of the only cards I consider like a past person, to represent, a past person coming back. So I would be careful here. I feel like you have woken up to what you need to avoid, what you can allow into your life, and like all that other good stuff, right? But, I would still be aware of, a past person trying to come back. I feel like this is a person, it's like they always knew you were right, but I feel like they just had to go, sow their wild oats. It's like they wouldn't, I feel like they wouldn't settle down. It's like they had to go experience like a bunch of other people, or at least in the back of their mind they did. And it's like, okay, go, enjoy it. Like I feel like that was your attitude at the time, if I put myself in your shoes. But it's like now they're back. Now they realize, that all that wasn't worth it. But it's like, that's the decision they made, right? So, again, I feel like this person, I kind of do get this energy of like a person who is very like, they have like a poverty mindset or whatever, but I'm not even just talking about money. I feel like they are like a poor person, and that's not a criticism. I just think they just can't help themselves, but have a lack mentality or whatever you want to call it. So I'd be very careful to not get dragged down with this person. I also feel there could be new love coming in for you, clearly. So there's something new. You have the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups can represent being spoiled for choice, so I feel you have a lot of options in your life in general. I kind of feel you need to realize this, It's popping into my head here, Capricorn, that you need to realize how many options you have, not just in love, but just in life in general. I feel it's a time of opportunity for everyone. And again, it's kind of funny because everybody always says like, oh, we have all these problems with inflation, all this other stuff. I'm like, so whenever I say it's a time of opportunity, and I'm like, yes, exactly. It's like you have to think the opposite. It's like whenever the universe drags us in one direction, we should be moving in the other direction, if that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, it's like, yes, because that's what everybody is focusing on. But in those moments, there's opportunity over here. So I feel like you need to see all the opportunities that exist for you. There's probably a lot more than you realize. I would be taking advantage of any new opportunities that come your way. You have the 4 Cups here. 4 Cups is a card of kind of contemplation and apathy. He's kind of disappointed on the 4 Cups. He's like trying to manifest something, and he's got these 3 cups here. He's manifested them, but it's not exactly what he wants. And then there's this new cup here, but it might also not be exactly what he wants. So he's not sure if he's going to ever get what he wants, I always look at the 4 Cups as saying, maybe, like imagine he was trying to manifest like a cake. It's like he's got the flour, the sugar, the eggs, the sugar, all that other stuff. that he needs in those cups, but he just needs to mix it together and put it in the oven. So, I feel for a lot of you that the Four of Cups is saying you actually have a lot more at your disposal than you realize, and you have that poverty card, so maybe you have a little bit of a lack mentality right now. But I think if you look, it's like there are, the pieces exist for you to put something together, especially for those of you trying to improve your finances, is what I'm getting here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the King of Wands. I feel like there's it popped into my head immediately. I feel like there's a person who is extremely clear on exactly what they want. Definitely could be a fire sign, could be any sign. But again, if you're looking for love, I feel like there's a person who knows exactly where they're going. There is no confusion. What I'm getting here is that you are dealing with a past person who is beyond confused. I feel like they confuse themselves on purpose. It's like, that's how they live their life. There is no other way. So it's almost like you've attracted the total opposite. Also, if you have any visionary ideas, now would be the time to practice or put work into your more visionary ideas, or any of your out there ideas that you have about, creating anything. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Star. The Star, of course, is card of wish fulfillment. See, whenever I get this right here, Star, Seven of Cups, the Star is like, wishing on a star. It's like having a North Star, having that one thing that you focus on that motivates you to success. And Seven of Cups is kind of like thinking, he is thinking about all the good things and the bad things that could be coming in, right? There are good things and bad things in those cups, but it's like instead of manifesting what he wants, or instead of just putting the work in and making it happen, forget manifesting, just do it, right? And, I feel like this is saying that there's something that you want in your life that you're seeing as being really great. But you could be worrying too much about the outcome of the situation instead of just having the experience. And that's something that changed my life. I just started looking at things as experiences. I just was like, no, these are just experiences, happy little accidents, whatever you want to call them, right? That I'm trying to have in my life. And so the Seven of Cups, I feel, is like saying, go have your happy little accidents. Go just look at things as experiences. Don't put so much pressure on the things that you're trying to manifest. And if you do that, I feel like you will be very lucky. With the Four of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, I would be careful. Wheel of Fortune and Judgment are the only two cards in the tarot I consider a person coming back. I do not consider Six of Cups to represent next coming back. But what I will say is the Wheel of Fortune says take control of your destiny and take control of the direction of the wheel. We can control the direction by putting out vibrations, by the vibrations that we give off, right? So by focusing in a positive direction, we can make this move in a positive direction. We can also educate ourselves with the Wheel of Fortune, or we can dig into mystery. If something is a mystery to us, like if you become interested in a new idea or a new direction that you can move in your life, it just says learn about it and see what happens. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this egotism card and this acquisition card. Definitely could be love coming in for you if you want it. Again, you showed up in Taurus's reading, and Taurus shows up in your reading 3 times. You have the Hierophant twice. This card here is the Sun in Taurus, so some of you could be attracting a person. You have this egotism card here. I would definitely be careful of a past person because, again, I think they're just coming in with an ego. It's like these two people are very happy together, but look at this chicken trying to come in between the two of you. So I kind of feel that, again, if you are getting into something new, that you need to protect the new connection at all costs, especially from a past person. It's like they could just be a chicken. They could just want to get into the middle of your new thing, right? So I'd be careful of that. You have the Judgment card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Judgment card is like waking up to new opportunity, and so I feel like you're being called to a new opportunity is really what this is. Or it's like you're being called to your true form, your who you really are is what this is saying, especially going this way. You go from the Star to the Judgment card. Judgment is kind of like waking up to your true purpose, and so there's like a little bit of a element of your destiny here, the Wheel of Fortune being your destiny. I always say that, the Wheel of Fortune, it's your destiny as you see it. It's like how you see your life turning out or going or whatever you want to say. So, but again, this would be about taking control. Judgment says the second you leave your old life behind is when your new life will begin. So don't be afraid to cut things out. You show up here as a Queen of Pentacles, which is you. So you're showing up in a very strong position in this reading. Queen of Pentacles is also the card of resourcefulness, and I do feel that it is a great time to focus on resourcefulness, as in making sure that you're kind of like balancing your resources, making sure that you're paying attention to your resources in the first place, like the money you make, the money that you have, and all that other good stuff. So I would definitely be paying attention. You have the Knight of Pentacles, And the Knight of Pentacles is a card of slow progress. Like, I feel like you, I kind of feel like saying don't beat yourself up. Like, in the future, I feel like you could be saying to yourself, like, oh my God, I could have, started this business so much faster, or I could have gotten into this relationship so much sooner, or, something like that, where it's almost like you're looking, I don't know, that's such a weird message, but that's really what I'm getting here is like, maybe over the next couple months, you have that acquisition card. It could say that you are acquiring something that you've desired for a long time. And, I feel like you're realizing it, that you could have had it much sooner. And I just feel this is saying, well, I mean, that's not entirely true, because if that was true, you would have, right? But I also feel like, what you should be doing is looking at this situation and saying, what else in my life have I done this to, right? So that you can go acquire things faster. Because again, I think it's almost like there could be a situation coming in for you that is bringing in some sort of realization. We go Hangman to the Judgment card, and the Hangman, his head is glowing. He's gaining enlightenment. It's almost like you're gaining an understanding of like your true power, or like what you're capable of doing, and that makes future things much more. It makes you realize how capable you are of doing more things. With the Judgment card, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a card of following your heart. So, again, I would make sure that you're listening to what your heart is telling you to do. It's trying to lead you to your purpose, plain and simple. She really values her feelings. She values how things make her feel. Like if they make her feel fulfilled or happy, or if they make her feel like she's moving in the right direction. She really trusts her heart. And I feel we are in a heart-based time, as I always say. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords. It did come up in reverse. I don't read reversals, but it's interesting. Eight of Swords is about opening, the solution would be to see that there are many ways of doing anything that you're trying to accomplish. And like literally, you have the Seven of Cups here, which is opening up to all the ways that there are to accomplish something that you're trying to accomplish. So I would just stay open. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Death card. Death obviously could be some sort of transformation. You have the Death card twice here and here. So I kind of feel that there could be a major transformation or transition coming in for you. You have the Ten of Swords, the Judgment card. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Again, the Ten of Swords is coming up in the area of the good stuff. So I would say if there is a major change or transformation, that it's a blessing in disguise. Plain and simple, Ten of Swords in the area of the good stuff would represent some sort of blessing in disguise. Here you go. In the area of the good stuff, you have this Phoenix card. It says, they couldn't stop you. You're coming back stronger. This is all a test, pushing you beyond your comfort zone. I kind of feel like a past person was a test, in some ways. Maybe they tested your patience or whatever. And, part of me does feel like this person tried to stop you. It's almost like you're the light version of this person. It's kind of what's popping into my head here. It's almost like this is like a dark version of you. So it's like, in a lot of ways, sometimes I think that happens. We pair up with a person who is like the dark side, like our dark side, right? And we're like the light part of it. And it's almost like this person tried to bring you down, or it's almost like your light irritated them in some ways, even though it's like the two of you are kind of like the same, but different, if that makes sense. You have this card that says, all the right things will come to you in the most unexpected ways. Excuse me. So, love it. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you. And again, I feel there's something here about you increasing your confidence, because you have this King of Wands here. And like I said, it's almost like you're seeing how something could have come to you much easier in your life. And it's almost like, this is like, I feel it's giving you confidence. Sometimes I think when you accomplish something hard, then it gives you the confidence to do more things that are hard, and then you become more successful. And that is probably the change that is happening here with the Death card. So, again, I do feel like there is a big change coming in. You have the Hierophant. This could be you needing to think outside the box. I'll tell you why. Because on the Death Rider, this guy kind of looks like the Hierophant right here, right? And the child is the only one that isn't scared of the Death Rider. The child is holding up flowers to the Death Rider. So it basically says that, children are not afraid of like new things. They're normally excited about new beginnings, and they ask a lot of questions, and they're very childlike, right? So I think it would be a good time for you to be more like childlike and excited for newness. You have the Hierophant again. The Hierophant sometimes, again, I feel can represent thinking outside the box, which is where I think this is going. And finally, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is normally kind of like a card of rock bottom, but showing up in the area of the good stuff, it would represent a blessing in disguise. He's even making the same symbol with his hand right here that the Hierophant is making, and it represents a blessing. So I feel like there are blessings coming in for you here. Let's see. With the death card, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead and kind of like making something happen. So, I feel for a lot of you that it's time to take the lead on a new beginning. Normally on the Two of Wands, he's standing at the top of a castle and he has a whole world in his hands. So it kind of says that you have the whole world in your hands and you need to, get out of your castle, right? With the Hierophant, you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Yeah, everything in this last row is about a new beginning. The whole entire reading, really, is talking about the death of your old life and you stepping into the new life with the Judgment card. So I feel like it is your time, Capricorn. I'll tell you what. I feel like you're stepping into a really awesome new opportunities. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, I kind of feel, in a lot of ways, this is a gift from the universe. Kind of, not, I don't again, I want to stress, I don't 100% feel that way on the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like it's kind of like a gift from the universe, as in, it's like the universe is giving you something because of whatever you went through. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this skull. It says hidden secrets can harm you. I feel like a past person had a lot of secrets, and, I would avoid this past person. I'm going to pull this last card first because it says trouble, accusations. I almost feel like you were dealing with a person who blamed you for everything that they did. So, I would be careful of that person. You have this Cobweb card. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. You're too protected for this person as well. I feel like they couldn't break through. I feel like they couldn't, get through your protection, basically. You have this Rose. It says romance is in the air. Again, I would protect this connection, especially from a past person. So if you're meeting a new person, I think it's something that is definitely worth protecting. You have this Forest. It says muddled, unclear thinking. Yeah, I would slow things down and make sure that you're thinking clearly. You have that Poise card, which says success is right, right on the horizon for you. And, again, I feel like it could be coming in through a big transformation that you're having. You have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. I think that the home thing is just saying that, again, you are transforming. It's like a new you. So I feel this reading is quite simple. It is saying that, it's all about a new you, Capricorn. So I love this. Very simple. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.